What is life? You ever look at the life around you? You're praying it was all a dream. Praying you'll wake up and everything will be different. This is what it is though. Man, this is what it is when you got 4 kids. Get laid off and you gotta pay the rent. Start looking for a blessing, anything heaven sent. Life feels stuck and your soul feel pressure. Man, this is what it is when you gotta pay the bills. Bankroll short, turn the ramen to a meal. And the kids need clothes, start praying for a meal. I ain't talking about it is what it is. Man, this is what it is. Single parent mama, working 3 jobs. Or she stripping for them dollars cause her husband or a baby daddy locked up.
What's up, everybody? Man, it's your boy Steaks. Welcome to the Steaks and Eggs Show, another edition. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, so y'all don't miss any future content or upcoming content. Man, it's a good day. I got 2 special guests today, as we always. Y'all know how we do on the show. So I got my man J Real with us today.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And then I got my man D, man. Y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves. Tell the word about yourself, man.
J Real, owner of Royalty Grooming Lounge, Maplewood, Minnesota. Barber for 10 plus years.
He forgot to mention superstar barber. He's a celebrity barber now.
Barber.
Something like that. The bougie barber.
The bougie barber, right? Hey, go crazy. What up, D? What you talking about?
What's up? I'm D from Chicago. Living in Minnesota for the past, I won't say how many years. Been knowing J Real for quite a few years. We used to work together, so I'm like a freelance barber, taking care of my family. So y'all know how it go.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's how we do it. That's how we get. So as y'all know on the show, how we like to do the Steaks and Eggs show, we talk about current topics and things that people may not be comfortable talking about and things like that. So you know, I got the perfect guest for today's topics. So again, please make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, and then other than that, we're gonna jump right in it, man. So there's been a lot of controversy in the news with a particular celebrity these days. Some know him as the diddler, is what they calling him now.
Take that.
Take that.
Yeah.
But we're gonna jump in and talk about this Diddy situation, man, because there's been a whole lot of speculation and accusations over the years, right?
Right.
So we've gotten to a point where it's like, okay, now there's proof in the pudding. Generally somebody came forward and said that, there's been some sex trafficking and things like that. So he's being charged with that and a number of other things. So in my opinion, like, what are your thoughts on that? D, we can start with you, man. What you really?
From what I've gathered, it seems like no one was really like forced to do anything.
Right.
And everyone was of age.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, by him being who he is, it feel like he's being held to a different standard because some of the other like races or other celebrities, man, or whomever you want to, chalk them up to be. Right. It's like he's being held to the fire.
Right, and I'm definitely gonna touch base on that, man, because that's crazy. And I agree in a sense. I agree with you, Jay. What you thinking, bro?
My take is, man, if you get the wrong people mad, that's when they come for you.
True.
We know he been doing this for years.
Years, man.
Right, all the way down to Aaliyah.
Right.
All of them had passing people around, doing what they do underage, but my thing was, you get the wrong people mad that's so-called above the law, and then they pull them strings to do what they need to do to get you popped off.
Right. And my whole thing, and then just kind of going into what D was saying, is like, we talked about this last time I was in the shop or whatever too. There's just so much stuff that they could have admitted from or omitted from the whole like media.
Yeah,
you find thousands of bottles of baby oil in a man's crib. Why did that even need to be in the media, bro?
Well, everything is always going to be sensationalized to make it seem like, oh, wow, he did this, he did that. But everything is always going to be extra hyped up. just to get that, quote unquote clickbait.
Right. And you know what I mean? Because the other thing too, the whole thing, he's being charged with the sex trafficking, racketeering. There's I'm reading here, like there's some speculation of transportation of individuals for purposes of prostitution. Yeah. So, he's being indicted on those charges. And what's the crazy part is there's other issues in here where they're saying that he's, was drugging people with horse tranquilizers and stuff like that.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
So that's crazy. And here's what's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, I had seen, I recently seen a video of Judge Joe Brown. I'm sure y'all know who he is. They had recently interviewed him and asked him what his take on the whole deal was, and they were like, so when they didn't raid him per se, there was a search warrant issued. So they searched his premises, which is Judge Joe Brown explained. So he had a mansion in New York, a mansion on the West Coast in California, and then his other mansion is down in Florida, I believe on Superstar Island or something like that. Yeah. So Judge Joe Brown was like, well, when they searched the premises on the West Coast, they searched the premises on the East Coast as well, but they only he had 2 mansions on the Florida property, and they only searched one of them. And they said whatever they found was what they were looking for, because they didn't even touch the second mansion that was on Superstar Island. I assume it's on Superstar Island because that's where he has property. But they were like, they were searching to pretty much find incriminating evidence against other individuals in the industry, bro.
Them hidden cameras, big guy.
So we talking about other celebrities, like a lot of people ain't speaking up, man.
They was protecting, so they might have had some mindsight about, okay, let's find this before it gets leaked out or whatever.
For sure.
Right. Because you got to look at, a lot of people was questioning, like, well, why people like Jay-Z ain't stepped up and said nothing. You got all these people that went to these $1 million parties, so on and so on. Nobody's really speaking out, and you kind of dial it back to be like, yeah, man, who else was possibly involved?
Just like the R. Kelly thing.
That's so. So here's the thing I'm gonna say about the R. Kelly situation. So I guess my first question, before we jump to that, because I want to talk about that also. My first question to you is, how much of it do you believe Diddy actually did in this whole dilemma, though?
I think everyone who was around in that atmosphere was complicit.
Okay.
They was aware of what was going on.
Okay.
He was just the host.
But this always been going on since like 60s and 70s, like in New York, what was that Club 54 or whatever?
Right.
All the big wig Hollywood people, they was doing some of the same thing, cocaine and orgies and all that type of stuff.
That was the thing to do, and that's kind of crazy.
So this is nothing new. It's just, it may be new to this generation of, of people coming up, like, oh, I didn't know this was going on. But I mean, I feel like once you get that type of status, you got so much money, you can buy everything, you can do everything, you want in the world. But the next thing you can power over people is sex and drugs. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like the next best thing to money. I mean, once you got all the money, you can just power and demand stuff like, that from that kind of people. Right.
And that's kind of going back with what Jay Real was saying. There ain't nothing illegal about having 1,000 bottles of baby oil in your crib. Yeah. I mean, so my whole thing is, if you went to some weird stuff, you just into some weird stuff. If it's weird stuff that's putting other people's lives and livelihood and things like that in danger, then that's a little bit different. But like you mentioned, when they got all this money, they doing outrageous stuff, crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? If the man want to take the baby oil in the backyard and roll out a slip and slide, and he having some crazy slip and slide party, or he want to fill up his swimming pool with baby oil, that's that man's business. Right.
Yeah.
Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, like, there was no reason for them to have that in the media, though. Like, you know what I mean? They're trying to make a mockery of that. You got another superstar black man with all this power, all this money. We're going to do everything we can to demoralize them and just pull them down from society, bro.
I think what ultimately what gets not just him, with people into trouble. Like, you got to live in your own truth. Now, he was just open, like, yeah, I like to do this and do that. This wouldn't even have been a big deal.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if he was gay, bisexual, whatever you want to be, like, it's quote unquote okay now.
Right.
To be out and open.
Because if not, it would have been a hate crime.
Exactly.
I feel you.
You know, so, but if that man just living his truth, then we wouldn't be talking about this.
Right.
But the fact that he tried to, I guess, hide it, and you know what I'm saying, and that's just what made it more, oh, we got to find out what's going on.
But I don't even think necessarily he tried to hide it. Because everybody would say, man, don't go to that Diddy party. You know what's going on at the Diddy. So the people...
Right, don't buy them, don't let them take you shopping.
On my soul. Yeah. Okay, so the people that was going there, they knew what time it was.
Yeah, but once when you in that circle and that atmosphere, then what's known don't need to be talked about.
Facts.
That's facts.
That's what I'm saying. So he wasn't necessarily trying to hide it, but he wasn't putting it out there.
That's true.
Yeah.
So like the average Joe, like of course we wouldn't know that. Right. So that's why it's like shocking to us. But like the superstars, like, oh yeah, you do that all the time. I've been to that party. I done seen it before.
Denzel said, "Leave before the devil get there."
Yeah,
man. You know what time it is.
Is that the saying?
He said.
Leave.
He said, "I go." He said, "I get invited. I go, but I leave before the devil get there."
Man. All right. We on that note, we're gonna have a word from our sponsor real quick.
Indulge in luxury at Royalty Grooming Lounge. Experience the Royal Facial Plus for a rejuvenating skincare treatment. Try the Royalty Haircut and Face Shave for a sophisticated and polished look. Treat your little ones to the Royalty Kids Cut for a stylish and fun hairstyle. Explore our exclusive services with prices starting at $50 for a premium grooming experience. Visit us at 2966 White Bear Avenue number 29, Maplewood, Minnesota 55106, and elevate your grooming routine. Pamper yourself with Royalty. Visit Royalty Grooming.
Was with the Joe Brown situation, he was saying like after they had found what they needed to find, he went about his way. They even approached him, talked to him at the airport before he got on his plane. He took off, went to an island that had no, had no extradition rights to, extradite him back to the U.S. and things like that. So I think, he kind of knew what was coming. Mm-hmm. They found what they found. Let me go take off real quick, party.
Right.
I'll come back. I think he came back with the intent of not getting bonded, getting bail.
Mm-hmm. No, I think he was trying to get that, because remember, he tried to put the 50 mil up, and they said, no.
Oh, for real? Yeah. I didn't even hear about that.
He tried to give him 50 mil cash,
his bail,
and they said, no.
Oh, wow.
He know too much.
Yeah, see, okay, and that goes back. So here's my question. Who else, if y'all can name drop, y'all can. I mean, who else do y'all think kind of involved in this whole...
We don't know. They ain't gonna do nothing else. Hey, the list though.
The list is crazy.
It's a crazy list.
Yeah. That list is crazy, right?
This is crazy. You talking about Jay-Z, Beyonce.
Right. How long you think Diddy got before, man? Knock on wood, we don't want nothing to happen to him, but because it goes back to the same thing with Jeff Epstein.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So there's one or two things. They gonna kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Who, Puff?
Yeah.
Nah, they not gonna kill Puff.
If he got too much info. I think I agree with you in the sense where he got too much information.
But if he go to trial and start snitching.
Oh, of course. But still though. But you gotta look at it like this. This dude's been around everybody and everything.
Know too much.
He's one of them dudes where you lock up, keep him like somewhere protected, and whatever we need to know, we gonna come to you first. You need to tell us something.
Right.
I feel like this whole situation is a different realm. Like, this is just entertainment. Now, if this was dealing with something like politics or world leaders, then they would try to kill him.
Right, okay.
So
because it's bigger than that.
Exactly.
Right, okay.
So it's going to be 1,000 more Puffs after he gone.
Oh, for sure.
So...
Which is probably coming soon.
Yeah, so they gonna slam him like they always slam us. Right. And then the next one coming up and just gonna keep it moving.
Okay. Right. So, again, man, like that, the list is crazy. Everybody's talking about it, but again, like, you know, even we sit here and talking about it, and it shouldn't be as big as an issue as it is. You know what I mean? We sitting here talking about a guy. I guess the question is, will you still listen to his music?
Absolutely. I don't think his music has to do with anything, his personal fetishes or
what's your favorite
whatever.
Diddy song?
I mean,
Exactly. And he ain't.
Benjamin's is Benjamin's is a banger.
Who's turning that on right now?
Yeah,
Anyway.
but I'm saying you got to be able to separate the two. I mean,
Right.
so like the man, that's his personal business. That ain't got nothing to do with his art.
Oh, for
you
sure.
know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I still listen to R. Kelly. Like people, how you listen to R. Kelly?
See?
Like the
Hold
dude
on.
is, you can't deny him.
That's
because
because y'all from Chicago.
That
I'm just
has
saying,
nothing to do with it.
but you can't
though, bro.
deny.
You can't deny.
You can't deny.
So we gonna get into
the
that.
man's
But who
gift.
is he talking? He was singing them songs too, though.
But that
y'all
so
bogus.
nah, man. So nah. See, now we gonna. So and if I lose some people on this, if we lose some people, I understand. You know, this is opinion.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say I agree with. I'm gonna deal with that. Like, I still listen to R. Kelly to this day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying what he did was right.
And that doesn't mean you condone it because you listen to his music still.
It's the same thing with Bill Cosby.
Right.
If Bill Cosby did what Bill, and I'm not saying that, you know, because still we don't know. I mean, obviously people were coming forward, you know, with these accusations of what happened. But
Right.
like D said, back in the 80s and the 70s, that
Yeah.
was the thing to do.
Yeah.
Right.
You went to those parties. You knew what was going on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now you want to say, oh well, so you go try to meet Bill Cosby at a hotel in the night hours, and then
Right.
all of a sudden you go up to the room and you don't think what's finna crack is finna crack off.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm not saying that if he did spike you or hit you with something, that shouldn't have happened.
Right.
But you went with the intent of it's party.
Right.
Again, that was the thing to do in the 70s and 80s and maybe the early 90s as well. You go into these parties, there's drugs everywhere.
For sure.
People doing what they doing and doing this and doing that. Now I'm not condoning the actions of whatever took place with R. Kelly. There's two things that I question with that whole deal. If there were minors involved, which we kind of agree that yes, there were.
Yeah. Then I have a problem with that.
Where
obviously.
obviously we all
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Where were the parents though?
True.
They was pimping them out.
Exactly. So the parents didn't care. They
Right.
were like, okay, yeah, you know, go ahead and, you know, and this and that is, you know, and I don't even think they really had them checking in like
Nah,
they should have been
nah.
checking in.
If somebody, bruh, we all got kids.
Right.
If you telling me you letting your underage daughter spend a night at a grown man's house, talking about y'all in the studio all night, come on now.
Of course. The same thing, and then it goes back. So again, I don't condone, but we can't take away from what he's contributed to society
Yeah.
And the art.
and the art of music.
Nah, he cold though.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I be in a bar, bro. I put R. Kelly on the jukebox, and you will hear somebody somewhere in the bar say, "Who put this Chester molester dude?" What? First off, chill.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you didn't want to hear it, then put your money in the jukebox.
Yeah.
But again, it's not. We're not. So let's just make this clear. We're not condoning the actions of what took place with R. Kelly,
Right.
nor are we condoning the actions or claims of what transpired with Puff, or the claims of, you know, what transpired with Bill Cosby or any other celebrity who these accusations and things, you know, came about.
Alleged, yeah.
We want to clear that up. We don't support that. If there was some injustice or some criminal activities done, then yes, they have to pay for that.
Right.
But what we're trying to make clear is that you can't take away somebody's legacy of what they contributed artistically to society. Because again, I mean, if you want to do that, I'm gonna put it out there like this. A lot of people wouldn't even be alive today if your elders wasn't messing around. Your grandfather was probably 80. I'm sorry, I'm thinking it like now, but your grandfather was 20 something.
Yeah.
You know, and he met your granny when she was like 16,
That's what they
15
did, yeah.
years old. So, you know what I'm saying? So we got a lot of people out here being hypocrites
Yeah.
about certain things when it comes to, you know, dealing with minors and underage and things like that, because a lot of families,
Yeah.
you know, grew from granny and granddaddy meeting, and granny was really underage.
Rolling Stones, all that.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
with that said, man, like, you know, some people got to really think about that. And, you know, now again, if there were criminal actions done where, okay, somebody's, you know, they got the drink spiked and
Right.
drugged and, you know, whatever the case, that's where, you know, a person should be doing some jail time.
Right.
Well, going along with what you said, if we be real, all the entertainers, we don't know what type of life they live.
Oh, for sure.
So it's like, you can say it for one because it's been brought to the light.
Right.
But you listen to Sexy Red, all these crazy people, you don't know what they doing, but
Yeah.
you promoting them and listening to them and don't even know what they doing. They could be doing the same thing. You just
Exactly.
don't know.
Exactly.
I think it's a double-edged sword too, because if you live in your life in the public, you open yourself up to judgment.
Okay.
Sure.
But you know, people, you shouldn't really judge because you know you don't know what type of skeletons you or I may have in my closet.
Exactly.
But that gives people free reign to like, yeah, I'm finna say this. Like he shouldn't have did that. He did that because you know he's in the public eye.
Right. People want to jump on the bandwagon type
Exactly.
deal. You know, I want to be a part of the conversation.
Yeah.
And it, you know, in a sense, we kind of are part of the conversation right now, but we more so, again, we're just trying to point out there are certain things that, you know, again, the baby oil situation. I keep bringing up the baby because that's crazy, bro. Like when it came out, I had to even check. I went online, I checked, I said, this can't be in the real news. Like, and I go on CNN and they got pictures and the whole. And I'm like, man, they tripping, bro. Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. So, on that note, man, I mean, again, I just feel like you said, D, like some of the accusations, some of the things that are being said and brought to light on him. A lot of these celebrities know that this has been going on for some time now.
Yeah.
And the only reason it's kind of come to light is because, you know, charges have been brought upon them from people,
Right.
you know, coming out and saying that they were sexually assaulted or sex trafficked and things
Right.
like that. Which I feel like a lot of other celebrities are quiet right now because, you know, they possibly a part of that
Right.
whole deal.
Yeah.
So,
But you know, the fall is always as sensational as the rise too.
oh, for sure.
So whatever they can stick on him, true or not true, it just adds on to the glamour of it.
Right.
You know,
right.
the demise is always top tier.
Right. But all in all, we can say that he's contributed to society in a sense. I mean, we don't know. Again, there's a lot more stuff he did in the dark that we probably don't know about. But I mean,
I don't want to know about it.
Yeah, I don't either, bro. But he brought some. He gave us some stuff throughout the years.
Facts.
man.
Yeah.
Facts.
So we definitely gonna. And so with that said, with his contribution to society, we're gonna jump into another topic. And a topic that, you know, I wanted to discuss also has something to do with the inner city sports programs.
For sure.
I know last time me and you talked, Jay, it was like, you know, you were saying like, you know, there's, you know, with the funding and facilities and the equipment and some of these programs are kind of lacking versus other programs that are in the surrounding areas and things like that. And I imagine it wouldn't just be here in Minnesota. I mean, we're talking nationwide, probably.
Right.
What's your take on that?
So, man, it's so I want to start by saying I think they're starting to realize that there's a problem.
Okay.
So they're starting to do more accommodations for
Okay.
kids in sports. But I mean, the truth of the matter is, you go to the suburban schools and man, they got field houses. They got all the stuff that a student athlete would want.
Okay.
All the student that everything that a parent would want for their kid, right?
Okay.
Gym access, all that type of stuff. Whereas what I've seen in the inner city is, I mean, you come, right? You hoop. There's really nothing, no outlet like that.
As far as fees, like in pricing and things like that go, would you say like if it's available to them.
Right.
Would you say that a lot of the fees and pricing of what kids are being charged is a lot different in the surrounding areas versus the inner city? Or are they charging more in the inner city than they are?
No. I don't think that they're charging more. I think they just got more resources.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because, we from the hood, you get that free and reduced lunch, you good anyway. You ain't got to really pay.
Right.
But, I mean, there's one gym and the girls got to do it. The volleyball team, everybody's using the same gym because there's one gym. There's really not a lot of access unless your team has practice time.
Okay.
Whereas in suburban, there's multiple courts.
Okay.
Trainers, all type of stuff, field houses that you can work out in, and then it goes to the coaching. Here, most of the time in the inner city, it's volunteer. They're not paying.
Okay. And speaking of coaching, so here's a question that I have on the coach tip,
sure.
which I know you are a basketball coach for a high school women's basketball team. I don't know if you want to.
Yeah, Roseville Raiders.
There you go. Shout out to the Roseville Raiders ladies team. Y'all do your thing.
I keep asking if they need some help. I still got a jumper, but.
Yeah, do they need help? That's the question.
I think he's too old.
On that note, on the coaching tip though, do you feel with the inner city deal? Speaking on like reduced lunch, reduced fees, for families that qualify, do you think that in a sense that takes away from the quality of a team? Because I look at it. So the reason I ask that is because we kind of live in an age where even if you can't play, we'll let you get on the team.
Right.
You know what I mean? And, because...
It's like affirmative action for sports.
Yeah, so it's just like, do you feel like in a sense that takes away from the overall quality of how good a team could possibly be? Because...
No, I think there's real quality in the inner city.
Okay.
Right? Because that used to be the case, but now it's not. They make cuts. Like there's teams in the inner city that got ballers. Either they're not getting promoted.
Okay.
They're not getting the publicity.
Because of lack of resources.
Exactly. Okay. So like St. Paul Johnson.
Okay.
They got a squad, right?
Okay.
But they're not gonna get the hype because they're in the inner city, right? They're in the St. Paul City district.
Right.
And most of those teams don't really have good teams.
Okay.
There's maybe one or two have some good squads, so they're like, man, you only playing this team, you only play, and then the rest of the good kids are going out to the suburb schools, so Hopkins, Minnetonka, something like that.
With inner city schools or teams, do they play like other outside areas that might get them ranked to get them more exposure?
Some of them do. I don't think enough do because they don't have enough talent, so it wouldn't make sense.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, and that I guess, what do you think? I mean, in both of your opinion, like, what do y'all think would help it or make it better? Like, is it more funding, you think? Because I hear lack of facilities. I hear lack of...
Yeah.
Is it also lack of staffing maybe also?
No, I don't think so. Because we got some people, man.
Who just even want to volunteer. Like, they don't even... They just want to be a part of the community.
They from there.
Right,
they went to school there.
Right.
That's doing it. Like Coach Colin Moore, that I know at St. Paul Johnson.
Okay.
He doing his thing over there, right? But it's two ways. So it's like the school's funding. Like there's some schools in St. Paul that don't even have air conditioning.
That's crazy.
You see what I'm saying? So why would you, as a parent, you like, man, when it gets hot, it gets hot.
Right.
You go to suburbs, they got air conditioning everywhere. In the gym, all classes, right? And then it's the education. I think they're doing.
So this stems from something.
Oh yeah, it's
bigger. Like this is not just inner city.
Yeah,
it's just inner city. Period. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It's the school district.
Yeah, it's always
so that's gonna trickle all the way down.
Underserved and
which we know that's nationwide.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
So it's always gonna be a trickle down from education to sports to staff.
Yep.
So.
Yep, you're living in the hood, right?
Right.
Because if we be real, if they just invested, right, and then you get the kids that's been playing together since grade school,
and we talked about it, man,
all the way up to come on, man, they be crazy.
Yeah, going crazy.
Yeah, but it's a certain point where you going to school, 8th grade, middle school, and then parents like, I need you to be ready for college.
So
right?
I need you to go to a different
So we
school.
going out to Apple Valley, something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because you know, so I'm from Robbins, Illinois, so south suburb of Chicago. I guess you could say Chicagoland area. Shout out to Mudville. So there also, I understand exactly what you're saying, because if you lived in a certain area, and that's just kind of like everywhere. If you live in a certain area, you go to a certain high school. But if you lived in a certain community, certain neighborhood, you went to school with numerous individuals throughout grade school, up and through high school. Y'all hooped together, played football together, whatever sport y'all played together outside of school.
For sure.
So it was just natural for me or anybody to just go and play any sport with somebody that you kind of, like you say, you grew up with. I know how this person play. You know, we going to get activated when we get out here. Now, in some cases, what happened, so I was talking to you last time, like years ago in that same community where I'm from. This is crazy because, and this is back in the time where racism was real. So back in the day, from where I'm from, they had all the kids in my neighborhood went to one high school. The one high school that they went to was predominantly black. So every sport that they played, when they played the surrounding area, killing them, going crazy, couldn't keep up. So what the district do? Oh, we can't have that. So now we gotta go. We gonna draw some. We gonna split the neighborhood up. You live on this side of the neighborhood, you got to go to this school. You live on this side of the neighborhood, you got to go to this school. And next thing you know, now everybody's scattered out. Now they all still live in the same neighborhood, still play together, do everything in the neighborhood. But now they got to go to this school and go to this school. So now we playing each other, and it's crazy, man. So the politics in that, these districts and school districts, they know that stuff. Man. And I just feel like, you know, breaking up a community like that, you know, like you say, it has its effects, man, because, you know what I mean, that, and it all boils down to this too. If you kept it together also, it would bring more money to the community. You know what I mean? Because if you consistently have a championship team, you got winning teams, it obviously draws more money. We want to invest more money into it, invest more money into the facilities. I guess what do you think? Am I talking?
No, that makes sense. But
you know what I mean, like.
But nowadays, parents want to see it first. Does that make sense? So they want to say, hey, "Are you going to invest in the school? Are you going to put air conditioning in there?" You know what I'm saying? Is because some of these.
Why keep my kid here?
Yeah, some of these schools look ran down, man.
Right. And in schools are losing their programs.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember I've been in Minnesota for a little bit now, but I know there was some high schools that even lost their football teams. You know? So you
not
got
enough kids.
Yeah, you got kids that want to go to schools where they can actually see they don't even want to play football. They want to see a game. And they can't even see a game. My daughter, for instance, when she was in high school, the high school she went to didn't have a football team. Yeah, and she never got to experience that. So that's crazy to me. Bro.
And then a lot, like you're saying, a lot of schools got a co-op.
Right, and that's So I don't, man. So, so do you think the coaching staff has the ability to force the administration's hand on that stuff?
No, not at all.
No,
nah,
not as long as you've been the coaches. Nah. We'll never see it.
Nope, because they put the money where they want to put it.
Okay.
The district.
And it's never.
It is what it is.
Never going to where it needs to go.
It's like politics, gerrymandering, when they move different stuff around, just to impact certain areas. So.
And then they funneling money from another unit or department. That, you know what I mean? And then when you actually need it, you never have it. Yeah. Because they don't put it somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Yeah.
That's like Brett Favre.
Speak on that.
Yeah, so he had got money.
He said it was an accident.
He got I forgot how many millions it was to build a volleyball court.
Yeah, was it for the college, right? Was it for a college?
For his daughter's school or college or whatever it was.
Like that, yeah.
And so he was like, is this any way that, you can get this going without my name being attached to it?
Okay.
You know, it was like stuff like that. He was taking that money from, you know, welfare money.
Yeah, that's
so stuff like that. That's crazy, man. So
bro.
like, it's like, come on,
not
man.
the welfare money.
Yeah,
all-stars, superstar quarterback Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Man,
That way.
that is wild.
White collar crime.
Yeah, definitely on that, man. And it is, and so that again, it just we know with the inner city what we know they need. We know what we want for them. We know they should be doing. There should be more that should be done with the inner city youth. So we do applaud and we, you know, respect and love to the ones out there who volunteer and provide those services to the inner cities, to just kind of help maintain and just give them, you know, somewhat a flourish, man.
Yeah.
So they don't have to run to the outskirts and
Yeah.
things like that. Because obviously, I mean, if I present you with the Camry and here's a Lamborghini, what you gonna hop in, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's the same concept,
I
man.
can't fit in no lamps. I'm taking the
You
Camry.
say you gonna take the
I'm just being real.
Hey, that's real. I feel you on that, man. Nah, he ain't gonna jump in the Camry. I ain't see D in the Camry, did I?
Man, the Camry look like a little Benz right now.
Hey, I tell him, man, nah, bro. I just did a video. You gotta speed and stuff that's built for speed, bro. You know what I'm saying? The Caravan, I mean, the Camry ain't built for that, man. You know what I mean? I be seeing cats out here flying, doing 100 in the Caravan.
Muffler about to fall.
Man, that ain't built for that, bro. Come slow that down, bro. So
Speed to a red light.
Nah, don't do that, man. They probably got some souped up Camrys though.
Might.
Got a little something in there.
Little Shelby GT
So,
and a Toyota.
that's crazy. So, moving on from inner city. Again, respect to those out there who are providing support.
For
to the
sure.
inner
Hey,
city.
Minneapolis North coming up though. Watch out.
Oh, word.
Ooh, yeah.
Keep an eye on that.
Football or basketball?
Girls basketball and men's basketball. They just hired a new coach
Okay.
for the men's side. I forget my man's name, but he just got the job. And then Coach Brianna over at North on the girls' side, she doing her thing
Okay.
to try to get girls in there and get funding. So there is people doing it, but
Yeah.
if they get the back
Just
end
the
from
administrative
if
support.
they get the
from-
push,
it's going down.
because back in the day, just to add this, back in the day when kids was going to the inner city schools who lived in inner city schools, it was crushing people. Central, Highland, Johnson.
Was Prince on one of them teams? Rest his soul. Shout out to Prince.
That's crazy.
Was that his era or that was after that?
Team Blouses.
Team Blouses.
Nah, I don't know if he played high school because he grew
They
up
said
on the
he
north
did
side.
play-
He might have played it. I think he played.
Was it only
younger?
grade?
When he was younger.
Okay.
I don't know if he played in college. He was already on that paper.
I gotta look into that some more, man. But shout out to Prince May, rest in peace.
For sure.
Even my mom was a big fan, man, so I know she, you know, whatever the case.
Yeah.
So moving on from that, man, we superstar Barber over there,
Come on, man.
part-time superstar
Some light.
Barber right
That's
here.
him. I learned from him.
You learn.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about Barber life and politics. My first question to you, man, what made you want to become a barber, bro?
Man, the art of it,
Okay.
first and foremost, started because, you know, back in the day, mom like, hey, you ain't getting a haircut every week like you think you would. So I was like,
Man.
I bet. Let me get a pair of clippers for Christmas. Got in the mirror, thought I was going to do something. Tore myself off.
Told yourself,
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, wee.
bogus.
Bunch of
Ooh.
times.
Man.
Did you see it?
No, I'm just saying.
Did you see
it? I remember the come up.
Yeah, so then...
The come up was
Yeah.
real. The come
Oh,
up
yeah.
was real. I'm glad to be able to witness that too. Bro.
Definitely.
Yeah. So then I started getting good. Little line, a little fade. Then I started cutting all the people in the neighborhood, man. They're like, oh, who cut your hair? I'm like, I did. They're like, yeah, right. So I'm cutting in the garage, $5 a pop. After school, I got a line.
Killing.
$5 back then.
Crazy.
In 6th grade,
Oh
I
yeah.
was making a
What?
killing.
6?
That's a lot
Sixth
of
grade.
zoom and wham
Yeah,
rounds, boy.
Oh, you
Getting them
weren't
in and
playing
out.
no games.
Nah, bro. So then...
That's better than shoveling snow and cutting grass.
Man.
Yeah, I ain't built for that. That's
Really?
manual labor. So then going into college, man, I got a basketball scholarship in Iowa.
Okay.
And then I was still cutting myself up. cut all the football players, all the basketball players.
Oh, you were superstar.
I was getting it in.
Superstar.
I was getting it in, right? So then came home. Our originally was gonna be a police officer, right? But I ain't no
You
snitch.
trying to be 12?
But I ain't no snitch, fam.
Stop.
So that's why I didn't. Hold on.
For real.
Chill.
12?
Let me rewind that. Let me
For real?
rewind that.
Wow.
I was going for criminal justice, so that means I could have went in any lane. Let me just not say
That's still 12.
That's still 12.
that's crazy. All right.
Right.
Anyway,
You could
So-
because what you was finna probably say was, I wasn't finna be police. I was finna be FBI or feds. That's even worse. You know
a
that,
PO.
right?
I was gonna help my guys.
I
out.
mean, that's
Juvenile PO. That's helping the community, and y'all bogus. Anyway, so I didn't really want to do that. I came home and I was like, yeah, I probably ain't gonna do that, and went to barber school, bro. Ended up going to barber school. Just where I met Fam, man.
Well, yeah, we met at Barber
Yeah,
School.
yeah. And that was that. That sparked it, man.
Yeah.
Went there, got in the shop. I ended up meeting him at barber school. We went to the same shop after that.
right.
Became
Yeah.
close. Yeah, for real.
That
Man,
shop.
That shop. Boy.
Man, that shop
That
Boy,
shop.
on the
oh,
corner. Yeah. Right?
Which, you know what I'm saying? No shade on that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But I mean, yeah, man.
That was like a movie, though.
Yeah, that was questionable.
It was a movie.
That
It was a coming of age story, man. It was.
All that. And it's crazy.
I wouldn't change it for nothing. Though,
No, for real, 'cause
it was some of the best times of my life. I know
Yeah.
his life too, but
It put me
it was
on.
great.
I'm glad I met you that morning, man. So the story is, Fam became my barber all that time. So it's been 10 years now? You've been
Yep,
my barber for
yep.
like 10 years. So I was popped up,
Yeah.
early morning joint, waiting on to serve somebody, owner of the shop.
Right?
Like, what was it, like 7:30, something like
Yeah,
that
it
in
was
the
early.
morning. I'm out there waiting, and he ain't pop up. Call, but he ain't answer the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, pop up though, come open the shop. I'm like, man, I'm out here waiting, blah, blah, blah. He like, man, like, I get you. Man, I went in there, bro got me together.
All right,
After
so
that,
it's-
I was like, oh yeah, this is it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, man, cause Buddy was up and down with it, man. Sometime I'm to the side or, whatever the case, man. He got my stuff kind of, bro, and start pushing me back a little
Yeah,
bit.
he's under the influence.
I was like, yeah, man. So, and then like, man, he cut part way, stop, go handle, you know how his moves
Yep.
was in some cases,
Yep.
man. So,
Yep.
no shade on that dude, man. Much love and respect to him, but yeah, man. So ever since then, bro, been my barber, man.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you, bro.
For sure.
So with that said, would you would have had done anything different? That was gonna kind of lead into my next question. What would you would have had done anything different if you didn't want to be a barber, other than being on a cop? But
I didn't say that. That's not what I said.
but that's what you said. It's
it
the same
is.
thing.
No, that's probably the
Pretty much.
direction I would have
A
went
cop
into.
yours would
But
probably be a
coaching for sure is top tier.
Okay.
So if I could just be a full-time coach,
Okay.
that's
What level though?
my college.
College. Okay.
College. If I could be a college coach and just do that full-time, that'd be the move.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I'll still be probably cutting the players' hair on the side.
Dope.
That would be
Yeah.
That would be dope.
Dope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
so that's my thing. But all that 12 stuff and all that, no.
Nah, see, now you want to take it back. I'm not editing that, bro. I'm not taking that out, bro.
It's all
It's
good.
in there now.
Sheesh.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But barbering, man, it's the dopest thing in the world, bro.
It
like
is.
when coming from the shop, and then I was able to get my own my studio,
Yeah.
which we're in right now. You see all the lovely stuff. Anyway,
Right.
and just getting my clientele to a place where I could do it on my own
Mm-hmm.
is the dopest thing because it don't feel like work.
Okay.
Right.
Like, some people wake up in the morning like, man, I hate going to... Bro, I love it. I mean, you be tired, obviously. It's what it is, but it's never like I'm working.
Okay.
I come chop it up with people.
Because it's something you like
My,
doing.
my man still come to me,
Right.
watch TV, shoot the breeze
I feel you. Okay. That's
while
what's
I'm making money.
Oh,
It's
for sure.
it's the dream, bro, for real.
D, what about you, bro? Like, what made you want to be a barber at that point?
Well, I started cutting my own hair when I was 13, like old school. I put a rubber band around my head, balled all the bottom, cut the top down, no blend.
Oh wait.
So you had the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
That's that.
Right?
That's that blade.
Going to school like, yeah, it is fresh. Then, you know, I always want to go to barber school, but then after high school.
Frying you when you got in that moment.
Oh, sure, for sure.
It's over with.
After high school, then, you know, I went into the corporate world.
Okay.
So I went to barber school, then I was kind of like battling because I liked that world too, and I also wanted to be a barber. So I was always working full time and cutting hair part time.
Okay.
I don't mean to cut you off. Tell them when you was dancing.
Was never dancing, but just
That's some cop. Some police.
see,
This.
The police do. Say if they bring up crazy, go tell them when you was a dancer.
right.
Not
That's
only
cool.
snitching, but like that. I don't know about.
I
Nah,
thought this was
bro.
a safe space and we was telling the truth,
bro.
Nah,
My bad,
bro.
Edit that out. Edit.
But the barbering thing was dope to me. Like he said, like the transformation to take a person from one level to the next level.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? A man could come in with broke, nothing in his pocket, with a haircut, feel like $1 million. He can go and
that's
conquer
true.
the world.
Yeah.
So just seeing that transformation and just like talking to people and, you know, just, you know, giving them advice or them giving me advice, it's just, I just like that conversation, the atmosphere. It was conducive to what I was, you know, what my life was at that moment.
Okay. Okay.
But,
Where we at?
you know, barbering's always dope. It's a fun thing to do. Like you said, it's not work.
Yeah.
You know, you just art. You practicing your craft. You get better each cut.
Okay.
You know, it's
And
just
that's-
like, you know, shooting in the gym.
That's crazy. And that's crazy that y'all both mentioned y'all started at a young age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cutting your own hair at that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like y'all just was, you know. I mean, I guess what better hair to experiment on than your own.
Right.
And see if you could get it down pat, and if you got it down pat on your own, you know what I mean. But you know what's crazy? I always hear y'all mention like, I wish I could cut my own hair. Like I know y'all can cut your own hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. But not,
It's just like not how y'all cut someone else.
yeah. If I
Yeah.
could lace
It's-
somebody like,
Yeah.
if I can lace myself like I lace, oh my god.
Cause I heard you say a couple times like if I could take my own head
Yeah.
off and put
Yeah.
it and
That'd be crazy.
But you get tired of cutting your own hair. You want to get pampered. You know what I'm saying? You want to sit back in the chair and get your shave and your line. You
That's
know what I'm saying?
right, man.
Versus you doing it yourself. You
right
know?
facts, yeah. I mean that's what we got. That's why we got y'all.
Yeah,
Man, you know, y'all
definitely.
doing y'all thing, man. So that on that note, man. So that's what's up, man. I'm glad blessed to have you as my barber man over the years, man. I
Same.
appreciate it, man.
Same.
And,
Love,
you know
my
what
boy,
I'm saying?
love. You know,
See, there we go, man. I had to edit that out. Nah, we good. I ain't edited nothing, man. So going back, and the reason why I asked would you would have done anything different, and it sounds like you wouldn't have. But my next question was going to be if you did, or if y'all had to do anything different. Do you kind of do it? You kind of went into a whole different sort of like a path. You do it part time still.
Yeah.
If you could be full time barber, would you?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
I mean,
But
I
what
miss
it
it.
is right now is perfect for what your lifestyle and maintaining and doing what you need to do. as
yeah,
far
the
as
way my
things are set
schedule
up.
set up, you know, home life, you know, work life, it just is kind of working to what it needs to be right now. Now, if anything changes, then I would definitely be back cutting full time.
Okay, for sure. For
for
sure.
me, if I've known what I know now, I mean everybody say that, but I don't even think I would have went to college. I would have jumped in straight after high school.
Okay.
Because I mean, it's educational, right? So when you go to barber school, you go into class first hour and a half,
Right.
and then you in the field, so to speak. You cutting hair,
Okay.
all day. So I probably, even though I was hooping too, so that's different. But if I wasn't hooping, I probably would have jumped in right away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's why I was saying I was gonna ask the because I know with COVID, like
Yeah.
it was some hurdles for
Sheesh.
business owners and things
was.
like that, especially for you because I
Sheesh.
remember you were like, man, you had to kind of when you had the other shop,
Yeah.
down the way, and you were kind of dealing with some hurdles with that,
Yep.
man.
That was crazy.
what is the fallout plan? Like, is there always a backup plan for a Barber? Like, if that would have went south,
Right.
is there always a backup plan for a Barber?
You mean that we could never cut again?
Like, yeah, like if it was a situation where like it was over with,
Well, I believe to be a barber, you like a successful barber, you got to be a hustler.
You got to know what it is.
You have to. So it's like, there's definitely something you would have fell back into, whether it's coaching, Uber Eats,
right?
You know, something.
Yeah. Okay.
That would have been. You got to hustle and grind.
But you got to have that backup plan.
Yeah.
I feel a little differently though, because I feel like barber is a niche trade. You know what I'm saying? People always need a haircut.
Oh, for sure.
That's true.
So I feel like that aspect will probably never go away. It might not be as lucrative, you know, as it is now. If something, God forbid, to happen like that again, but if I'm sick, I still need a haircut.
So then it go back to the beginning.
Right.
You be at the crib or something.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say.
Right.
It'll be just all about the revision.
Right.
Let me revise the plan, refade it,
Yeah.
get a new blueprint. If I got to cut out the garage, let's get it cracking.
Let's get it cracking. I got to remodel the garage and heat it and do what I got to do.
So
it's going to get done.
Yeah, me personally, I feel like a trade is probably one of the best things to have.
Okay.
You know, versus going to a 4-year college and get a degree and learn something like that can go away. But a trade, something you can do with your own hands,
Right.
man gonna need that
Always.
to the end of life. So I think that's probably like one of the best things to have under your belt.
For sure.
May you both of y'all continue to create y'all legacy, man, and do y'all thing, man. You know what I mean? Blessings to both of y'all on that.
For sure. Appreciate it.
And speaking of legacy, so we're gonna jump into the LeBron and Bronny joint.
Ooh-wee.
Bronny, that first time in history, father-son duo on the court. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Black excellence.
Man. So with that said, what do you think Bron's next move is? What do you think his next accomplishment? I mean, he's won championships.
Yeah.
He's done numerous things as far as his philanthropy work.
Yeah.
He's got his son out here hooping with him now on the same team.
Yeah.
What do you think his next goal is?
So I think he's going to try to get his other son in the league.
Okay.
And his younger son is actually a little better.
Okay.
And bigger.
Okay.
And then he talked about owning a franchise.
I think that.
So the next,
that's the next
I was gonna
move.
say
the
that
next
too.
expansion team is supposed to go back to Seattle and Las Vegas. I think he's trying to get Las Vegas.
Okay.
Probably play with both his sons for a year and just own.
Okay. Because the way I was looking at it too, like
Jordan could never.
what? Stop playing, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that on my show.
No. What I'm saying is Jordan can never get his sons in there like that.
Well, his sons was trash.
They would. My point exactly.
But I mean, it's
My point.
I
Is,
mean,
he said it. He's on the
It's
side.
facts. Truth
Big
is
facts.
truth. Truth is truth.
Jordan.
You hear him, right?
He just got.
He had to
I mean,
throw it in
it's
there.
the truth.
I let him.
I don't know. I wouldn't say LeBron got lucky, but I mean, each basketball star legacy is not going to be
Never.
as great as they,
Never.
forefather or whatever.
Never.
Hey, this
And
is
Bronny
the
might not
greatest
be as
legacy.
good as his father.
He don't need to be. That's not-
But the fact that he did it though is what
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying.
yeah, he don't need.
That's pretty dope. I mean, I'm not a big LeBron fan. I respect
neither.
the man off the court more than on the court.
Said
He's
that
dope.
hard.
He's dope. I won't deny the man's skill and prowess.
Facts.
But what he's doing is legendary. So my hat's off to
You
that
gotta
man.
respect the art.
King
Absolutely.
James.
So, what I was thinking too, like I think some of his next moves may be too, like one thing to own a franchise,
Yeah.
obviously, get his other son in the league. Would it be dope too, man? Is like, what if he became like? It's one thing to be an owner, but like, do you ever think like he would ever want to coach his
I think so.
sons on the same team?
I don't think so.
You think that's beneath him at this point?
No, I don't think it's beneath him, but I think getting your sons on the same team is great.
Right.
But then, as far as when you want to go into the coaching, it's a whole nother thing of they're gonna say he doing too much. Not as
Favoritism,
doing
like-
too much.
I think it's more of like favoritism.
Yeah.
He's just trying to. It's for show now.
Yeah. So I don't think it. I bet he can coach great,
Right.
but as far as the NBA, I don't think so.
Okay.
Because I know he did it. He did it for some AAU stuff like that. But I don't think in the league.
Okay. Well, on that note, man, like, shout out to LeBron and the Lakers and
King
Bronny
James.
and them doing their thing,
For
man.
sure. For sure.
I'll say King James on this
Thank
note
you.
because my man over there hyping them real tough. So.
Huge LeBron fan.
Big LeBron fan. But on that note, man, we gonna wrap it up, man. So D, man, real quick, tell the cameraman where they can find you at on social media or whatever the case, or however you want.
Well, you can find me on IG Alkebulan St. Paul, ALKEBULAN St. Peasy, St. Paul. So that's where you can catch me at. Alkebulan St. Paul.
That's Arabic.
No, Alkebulan is the original name of Africa.
Okay.
So
Alkebulan. Big
St. Paul.
I like that.
That's cool.
That's good. It is.
Yes, sir.
What about you, bro?
I'm on the Royalty for Men on IG and Facebook.
All right. Well, you know what I mean? I'm your boy Steaks. For y'all who don't know, man, y'all can find me at Official Steaks on IG.
Yes, sir.
Also, y'all can hit up at Steaks and Eggs on IG as well. Again, man, I want to appreciate everybody for checking in and tuning in. Make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, and share button.
Right.
Man, it's been a great episode. Blessings to my guests, man. And I appreciate y'all
Thank
coming
you, brother.
through and doing this for me, man.
Appreciate
other
you.
than that, it's all love, man.
sure.
Many more to come.
Yeah.
Trust me. So, other than that, man, we're going to get up out of here, man. It's a wrap. It's your boy Steaks. Peace.
Ain't nothing guaranteed, no. God gave me a halo with every chance after that. Sorry, I broke every one of them. Please, God, just give me another one. Promise I go back and fix every one of them, man. Let us be straight for the summer, man. Let us make it through the summer, fam. Please give me some space, fam. I need some space, man. Call NASA up, tell